This is another Making Comics 101 quick tip. Greetings people of the internet, I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome mad creators to the underground laboratory where together we're going to create some awesome comics, because this is Making Comics 101 and this is a Making Comics 101 quick tip. Every week I give you a new topic. This week we're talking about colors. I'll put that out there usually on a Monday, then on Wednesday I dive a little deeper and do a bonus issue, and then on Fridays, if you're watching this as I put this out, it's probably Friday, and I do a quick tip. So that's what this is right here. So like I said, we're talking about colors. I've covered a lot of different elements of coloring comics, but today I wanted to focus on one thing a little more specific, and that is value. So when we go about the process of coloring our comics, sometimes we'll just go, straight to color. We'll start coloring everything, and it might look pretty good, but we could be skipping a step. Now, because this is a quick tip, as the name implies, you think, oh, this is something I can implement real quickly and just get something done and everything. This may take a little time because it may be a bit of an extra step. But I think if you really want effective colors, I think before you move to the coloring stage, it helps to work in black and white. Now, a lot of the work that I do is in black and white. I'm going to show you this here. So even though I don't do a lot of colors as far as interior, this is a page from the Werewolves and Unicorns anthology I did. Of course, like I said, it's black and white, it's grayscale. So I use a lot of grayscale, and the advantage of this is, now if I wanted to do this in color, it would help me a lot to have already done this grayscale, because all the values are there. If it looks good in gray, it's probably going to look good in color. Whereas if I went straight to colors, the values might be a little off. So it might take a little more time, but it's a good idea to do your work in grayscale and use that as sort of a map to inform your color, to make sure that when you drop in your colors, there's a decent range of value. Now, if you are going to go to color, maybe black and white might tend to look a little muddy. Now, I touched on this before, but I'm going to reiterate. So this is, it's not grayscale, it's more of a purple. And purple is a good way to lay down your values or your shadows, because with purple, you've got red and blue. So no matter if you're working with warm colors or cool colors, it's going to be a little more complementary, and it's not going to look muddy as it would if you were using grays. So my first tip would be to start with grayscales, or like I said, purple. The other thing you can do is, if you're working with color and you want to check your values. So what I do every once in a while, if for whatever reason I decided to skip the kind of the grayscale and figure out my values up front, if I'm just going straight to color, it's a good idea to check that. So what I usually do is I'll just go, and I color in Photoshop, so I'll go up to my color mode and I will convert it to grayscale just to see how it looks, and then I'll just undo and go back to color. But I'll do this from time to time just to make sure that it looks good in gray, because if it looks good in gray, the colors are going to look good as well. Case in point, I'm going to show you some examples, and I've showed the same examples on other videos, but I am just going to reiterate a little bit. But this is a page from Youngblood #1. As you can see, there's tons of bright colors. Everything here is super saturated, so when this is converted to grayscale, there's not going to be a big differentiation between the colors in here. And that leads me to my third tip, which is the squint test. And this is really easy to do. All you have to do is squint your eyes a little bit when you're looking at something. And if you're doing that and everything starts to bleed in together and you can't make the different elements of your drawing out, then you might need to go back to the drawing board or make some corrections. Alright, so here's another example. This is again from Delilah Dirk, and I keep showing this because I really do like it, but it's a good indication. But you can tell right here, now there's a lot of darkness going in here, but there is also this light in here, and then light coming over the mountains here, and then the moon here. So this has got a lot of value. Now if you were to convert this to grayscale, or if you were to do the squint test on this, it's going to look good. So I just want you to remember those three things. First, you can start in grayscale or purple just to make sure all your values are looking all right. Or if you're starting with color, from time to time, just convert real quickly to grayscale to check it out, then go back to the color version, and do that every once in a while. And last but not least, the squint test. Very easy to do. Just squint your eyes and see if your values are lining up. So anyway, that's all I have to say today. I'll see you guys later. That is all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media, and now you can support the work that I do on Patreon. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more. And best of all, it's totally free.